Hey, bro.
So I'm saving the best for last here. Saving the best for last. Here's Ryan Trask. He's the lead singer of Niantic. He's stepping out of the recording studio right now, and he's a hardcore Los Angeles Lakers fan. How you feeling about this trade deadline, Ryan?
Oh, Nelly. All right. My main concern is that the Lakers have kind of painted themselves into a corner here. I'm concerned that with the package that was put together for Anthony Davis, including all of the bullshit, all of the picks, all of the, the Jimmy Butler, Daryl Morey level of huge overpay package. Like, I understand. Someone said on Laker Twitter a couple days ago, this is a dude you built a statue for, so of course you overpay, which is true. But my concern is that that's the deal. The Lakers are going to not be able to close this deal because the Pelicans and basically all small market owners just refuse to deal with the Lakers at all, which, again, is a painting yourself into a corner because the Lakers, and I'm going to go full exceptionalist here, have really, we've all been so spoiled. I'm born and raised here with winning my whole life, and even farther back. So now no one wants to do deals with us. Meanwhile, the Lakers and a couple other teams subsidize every small market. So that's not going to be an issue down the road, I hope. But so that's two ways they've kind of painted themselves into a corner here. And all the Pelicans have to do is say, no, screw you. We're not going to do what Rich Paul and Anthony want. And we're just going to wait until Danny Ainge, who is just the smarmiest. He's just going to pick up the phone and probably find a way to get Anthony Davis without giving up Jason Tatum.
That's going to be really difficult to do. Danny Ainge is a great GM, but that's going to be hard to do.
He is, and he is as smarmy as they come, but somehow I think that they're waiting for Jason Tatum, but as a screw you to the Lakers, they might find a way to do a deal without him. Could it go either way? That would be cool. Like, I get it, but like the only thing that would make me happier than getting him tomorrow is if he goes to the Celtics and still comes to L.A. They'll build a statue for him the next day.
You mean after free agency? After free agency?
Yeah, in 2020. If he says I'm leaving the Celtics, I've screwed over the Pelicans and the Celtics to come to L.A. Screw you all. New dynasty time. Reset button. LeBron can play 15 minutes a night until he's 40, get the scoring record, and we'll probably win 3 out of 5 titles.
Okay, I was going to ask you a few quick questions because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So the first question I'm going to ask you is this. Is there really any price that is too much for the Lakers to pay? And the reason I asked that is because I was looking at your guys' salary cap, and it's actually it seems to be in your best interest to actually shed all of your salary so that you can get Davis and LeBron and then still have room to add a third guy. So do you really care if you're giving up late firsts and giving up Ball and Kuzma and Ingram if the ultimate goal is to have a big three of LeBron?
My bias is to keep it Brandon Ingram. I've always been high on Brandon Ingram since he was in college, and you and I have talked about this before. I do not watch a lot of college ball, but I made an exception for him.
Yep.
I don't know if his ceiling is Lamar Odom, if his ceiling is... Everyone loves to say that he reminds so much of KD, which I guess is possible, but like that will still take years. He's got to fill out. KD, was very gifted with scoring and his footwork in his early years and then became kind of this defensive plus player that he is today.
But yeah, obviously you want to keep him. You want to keep him, but you give up that for Davis.
Because I think he becomes... I'd give up BI. I'm hesitant to want to give up BI or Zoe because they're already plus defensive players.
Right.
If we have to give up the two of them and Kuzma to get Anthony Davis, I think it's worth it because there's still a decent chance that in the off season we could pry either Clay, which is just wishful thinking, I think, or more likely Chris Middleton.
Yep.
The other thing that drives me crazy is why no one's conceived of a third deal, a third team to get in on this deal. They're not going to be able to get Bradley Beal, but that would be sick.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal on the Pelicans would actually be really great. Like they could even trade for John Wall and then have John Wall and next year obviously and Drew Holiday. That would be a defensive monster of a backcourt. The Godfather offer isn't the offer that you can necessarily make yourself. You get a third team involved, all of a sudden there's another key piece that's coming in. Maybe someone injured like Porzingis or John Wall.
Yep.
But I mean that ship sailed. But like that would have been the way to go. And again, no one wants to take Majinka's fucking phone calls. Well, we don't want to deal with you because all of our players want to play for you anyway. Well,
second question I have for you, that all makes sense. looking at the package that you guys have and imagining a package that the Celtics could come up with that does not include Jason Tatum, do you think they're capable of doing that? So just to keep in mind, seconds before I called you, seconds before I called you, the Sacramento Kings made a trade for Harrison Barnes. So that pick's kind of fucked. It's going to probably be.
I saw that was rumored popping up earlier
just
today.
Happened. Just happened.
That's a great trade for Sacramento. That's great. I love Harrison. I love the Kings. Yeah.
So a lot of people listening to this, most of the people listening to this are Celtics fans. So it's curious to get your perspective. Is there any package built around Jaylen Brown and all of our picks, and maybe even Gordon Hayward, that you think can trump you guys?
If they're not going to take, the money for, productive young guys or KCP, they're not going to take the money that the Celtics have sunk into Gordon Hayward. Well, I really have always loved his game.
Yeah.
Always loved Hayward's game. There's still 2.5 years left on that deal.
Sure.
And he's played, maybe replacement level. I want to make sure I say this nice and clearly. My Twitter is yes Trask, so that when the Celtics fans at me for saying what I'm about to say. Like I said, I'm very high on Brandon Ingram. I'm not stoned out of my mind high on Brandon Ingram, but I did go on Basketball Reference and do year-to-date comparison on him versus Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum is, I think, like 2.9 win shares, and Brandon's like 0.9. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about those.
That was kind of my next question, is how did you see Jason Tatum stacking up with all your assets? Because some people believe that he is a blue chipper and beats all of your guys.
Those are win shares 48. That's the bottom row, the advanced stats down there. That's like win shares 48. That's an important stat for sure. But in terms of not just the counting stats, because I just can't wait for the first app to come in where it's some Celtics fan saying, oh, well, Ryan just used a counting stat. Stupid Lakers fan strikes again. But, not just in terms of the counting stats, but just in terms of, the general, overall, some of the mid-range advanced stats, they're comparable. Jason obviously is currently a better player than Brandon, and I think that he's got even higher potential as a defender possibly than Brandon does. Mm-hmm. But they're not that dissimilar. Yes, Jason is, much closer to being an all-star, but we're talking about guys who both average 25 and 5 a night. Brandon hurts the team, big picture more on defense probably, but I mean, they both have great basketball IQ. Brandon's might be better at his pedigree being from Kinston. I've always, that's where Jerry Stackhouse is from. What's his name? Reggie Bullock went to high school there. That's a great pedigree. So his basketball IQ is top notch. Jason's game is great too. I'm not gonna seriously knock Jason Tatum.
But yeah, man, that'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. I appreciate you coming on. Anything else major? Anytime. I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Anything else major you want to talk about before we go?
Yeah, go Dodgers. Go Rams. Go Chargers.
All right, man. Thank you, Ryan Trask. Appreciate it. Yes, Trask on Twitter if you guys want. All right, thanks a lot. See ya.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much.